For our project, we made a Morse code decryptor. What it does is it allows us to enter any value we want in Morse code, which will be played on a speaker and then displayed on the LCD. So for instance, if I want to type the letter B, it's da dit dit dit. So I come over and push RB1, and then it outputs a B like I typed. If I want to try another letter, for instance a K, it's da dit da. Come back on RBO, and then it outputs a K. Pushing RB1 will clear the screen so I can output another message. And now I'll just try a simple message so you can see what it can do. So you can see I typed hello world. And as you can see, it entered a space after my first word and before the second, and then again at the end of my message. And the reason it does that is because we count how long a space is taken, and then if we haven't been pushing a button for long enough, we either end a letter or put in a space. So then I'll clear. Oh, I'm getting a message in. And it says SOS, so we better go see what's wrong. I'm going to follow the wires here to see where we're going. Hey John, what's the problem?
I'm really slow at Morse code. Is there some way we can calibrate this or anything?
Yeah, there is. I'll show you how. So over here, if you push RB2, we'll enter a calibration mode. And then by adjusting the potentiometer, we can vary our calibration of the DA length between 100 milliseconds and 500 milliseconds. So if you want a little bit longer time to enter something, I'd say put it around 300, and then pushing RB2 will store this calibration. So now if you want to type SOS a little bit slower,
So basically how this works, we use two timers to keep track of the time. Timer 2 is used to keep track of how long RBO is held down. So if you hold it down, timer 2 is started, and it timed that out. So that was pretty long, so it was a DA, which is T in Morse code. If you do a DIT, which is really quick, that's E in Morse code. So timer 2 keeps track of the time RBO is held down. We use timer 1 to keep track of the time that you're not pushing RBO. So that's how you get the spaces. If you're not holding RBO long enough, it'll know that's a space. If you're not holding RBO a little shorter, it'll just think that's a new letter in one word. So if I type SOS and then wait a while, it'll skip to a new word. Just the little ways between each letter is about half the time that it is to go to a new word. So when we'd go to calibration mode, we set our DA length to around 200. We found out that was a pretty good DA length. This potentiometer will change that from 100 to 500, and then in order for that to work with your spacing and everything else, the other values will be calculated accordingly. So for about 200 milliseconds for a DA length, we use that for our spacing as well. So then it clears the screen and then you can enter what you want.